gentlemen, my name is Trethan, aka the Blind Tank, and I want to welcome you to episode 3. BlizzCon is here. I'm going to talk a lot about BlizzCon, a lot of different stuff that came out from day one. There, again, a lot of information, a lot of great things that have come out. So let's get started right away. First and foremost, the trailer from the World of Warcraft movie has been released. It looks really good. I mean, in my opinion, and what I've seen of it, it looks really good. What to me that was unexpected was the director was a bit nervous right before they showed it, Duncan, and I don't know if it was like, oh boy, are these people going to mob me or what? Are they going to like it or not? But like I said, Duncan Jones was a bit nervous. With 12.5 thousand people in a stadium wanting to see this trailer. It did really good. I mean, people really liked it. Didn't hear any backlash from the whiners or anything like that on Twitter. As soon as the trailer was shown, Twitter exploded. Poor Twitter. Yesterday, every time that Blizzard would come out with a piece of news, Twitter would go nuts and it would slow down. But it was a really good showing. The next step, before I get any farther into this, let me explain what's going to be going on, because this is the BlizzCon edition of Dre's Corner. Now, with what's going on is today, or in this one, I'm going to be talking about Fridays, everything that came out on Friday's day, and there was a lot. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to gloss over a lot of stuff, and during my streams of the different games that I'm playing, I'll be talking a lot more, because I want to get more in depth and study a lot more of what's coming out with these different games. One of the things that I do want to talk about is Hearthstone. They kind of trolled BlizzCon, the guys that were part of Hearthstone, and what I mean by that, they released the new adventure that's coming out, and oh dear Lord, I forgot to write it down. The new expansion, new adventure that's coming out is called Legends something. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen, but how they trolled the audience and the people that were on virtual ticket was, it's going to be coming out soon, before the end of the year. Wait a minute. Before the end of the month. Well, that's not right either. When is it going to come out, ladies and gentlemen? For those of you who play Hearthstone, the new adventure is coming out in 3 days, next week, during the downtime on Tuesday or Wednesday. It should be out and playable. So if you're waiting for a new adventure, there it is. Now, I don't play Hearthstone all that much, so I didn't pay a lot of attention to it. Like you can see, I forgot part of the name of the title of the adventure. It looks pretty cool. They're going to do a little bit more of a dive into it today, Saturday. So I'll get a little bit more information for you, for those of you who play Hearthstone. Now, the next big announcement that has come out was Overwatch. Overwatch, they're really happy with what has come out with the alpha testing, and they're really excited about the beta testing and on different things that they have found that's working, that is not working, what needs to be balanced. They've also said spring of 2016 will be the release date, and you can go and buy the collector's edition, the originals, which I'll get in a little bit here, or the regular game. And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, Overwatch will be for PC, Xbox, and PS4. Now, you will not be able to play somebody who is on PS4 and PC. Those two won't be able to play together. So basically, PCs only play with PC players, PS4 only plays with PS4, Xbox only plays with Xbox players. They did announce 3 new heroes. One is Genji, the ninja samurai diva, who is a Korean gamer. It looks pretty good. She's Diva is what I'm understanding of it is Diva is a professional esports gamer. She has her own mech that she jumps into. She goes and creates all kinds of problems. She's kind of like a tanky type of hero. And when she's around a whole bunch of enemies, she can jump out of the mech and do a self-destruction on the mech. The next one that they announced was Maya. Maya has her own little story. And she's kind of, for World of Warcraft players, or people that really don't get much into first-person shooters, the Maya is kind of like the high-tech or the mage tech. She freezes her opponents. She puts up walls for not only her opponents that have to walk around, but her teammates can actually, she can put the beginning of the wall right where, she can go and put a wall right where a friend is, and it can boost them up to the next level where they're trying to get into, and they don't have to worry about jumping or anything like that. Now I'm going in a little bit a different type of order that Blizzard did yesterday, and the reason is I'm kind of I'm not really trying to jump around or anything like that, but from important to not so important, that didn't get a lot of news or a lot of look at or stuff like that, to one of the big things that Blizzard came out with, and I'm going to go into that a little bit more. The next one that did not get a whole lot of love, I mean, they talked about it a little bit, but they didn't really give it a whole lot of love, and that was D3. What they did tell us was 2.4 for Diablo 3 is coming out. They're going to have arenas, not arenas. They're going to be having 2 new areas. There's going to be a lot more bounties, 179 to be exact, bounties. There's going to be different places that you can go into. They're also doing some they're tweaking the seasons. Basically, the seasons are going to be 3 months long, with a 2-week break. and they're going to try that now. Is 3 months, 3 months a season, 2 weeks off, and then the new season. They're also talking about this new thing that they're going to be doing. Say you don't want to, you want to do season, but you don't want to make a new character. You can use an old character. It takes off their gear, and then you go into season. And when you're ready to go back to the regular play, you can put back on your gear. I'm really not sure how that works, but what I understand here in a few weeks, they're going to have that on PTR, so I'm going to check that out. The next thing is Heroes of the Storm. Heroes of the Storm has gotten at least two new heroes. One of them is again Greymane. We've been waiting for this, and he is finally out. What I'm understanding, it's either going to be next week he comes out with the next hero, or within a couple of weeks. The next one that is coming out is Cho'Gall. He's coming out pretty quickly because those who are at BlizzCon and those who have had a virtual ticket is going to be going and getting Cho'Gall for free. Now, here's what Blizzard wants people to do is Cho'Gall is a two-man, and you heard this correctly, is a two-man hero. One person drives it, the other one goes and does the abilities to Cho'Gall, and it flips back and forth. Again, when I find a little bit more information out about it, I'll be telling you how he works and give you my opinion on it. But this is a really cool thing about it, is once, say I get into Heroes and I've got Cho'Gall, I'll call up a buddy of mine, we'll go with Theo. Call up Theo and say, hey Theo, I've got Cho'Gall. You want to play Heroes of the Storm? And you want to run with me on this character so you can get a new hero. So I run with Theo for 2 games. Theo goes and gets Cho'Gall for free. He doesn't have to pay it. You pay for it. You cannot pay for Cho'Gall. You have to go and get somebody that went to BlizzCon or had the virtual ticket to run with you if you don't have that. Now, here's another big incentive to have people, bring this forward, is the more and more that you do it. And I think it's, I heard 4, but I think it's 10. If you play Cho'Gall with 4 to 10 games with different people, you'll be able to not only help people out to get the new hero, but at the end of it, the person that has gone and done this will get a huge bag of loot, gold. What I understand, it's gold right now. It may be a little bit more, but I'm thinking it's gold. And what I also understand, it's going to be a lot, so it could be enough to buy a bunch of stems, or enough to go and buy a new hero with this new gold. Blizzard really, they glossed over it a little bit, so again, when it comes out, and I'll be streaming it, we'll see what happens. Now, here comes the big announcements that people have been waiting for, and I want to talk about this. World of Warcraft Legion, the cinematic, the beginning cinematic that we're going to see when Legion launches, was previewed yesterday, and holy crap, Blizzard's art department and cinematics department, these guys need a raise, because what I saw yesterday at BlizzCon of what the different stuff that they did with Legion, these guys need these guys need a raise because they did an awesome freaking job. Varian has a new look, and it looks really, really good. You'll be able to see on the media that I'm showing while this podcast is going on, the guy that's on the ship, that is Varian. Varian is writing a letter to Anduin. It's really cool little story, and something that you don't see a lot is at the beginning of an expansion. You know, the Alliance and the Horde, if they're supposed to be working together, it's always, you know, you see an orc, or you see Mist, it was a panda. You know, you never really see, you know, anybody who the Alliance considers evil. However, in this trailer that's going to be opening up for the new game, is Sylvanas comes over to help out Varian, and Varian and Monster, they're fighting together against the Legion. So it's really cool, and what I also understand from Blizzard is that Sylvanas is going to have a really big story arc in Legion, so that's going to be really cool. Again, what we're understanding is the expansion is going to be summer of 2016, so that's like 7 months of raiding again on an old raid. They've gone into a lot of the different artwork. Again, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, when I talk about the artwork that they were showing yesterday at BlizzCon, these guys have done a phenomenal job when it comes to this. Now, today, what is going to be happening is they're going to do a bit of a more of a deep dive into more of a deep dive into the how the gameplay is going to be going. They're going to have questions and answers and things like that. So I'm going to be covering that and taking a lot of notes. They're also going to talk a little bit more about today the Overwatch, where they're going to be going with it. Also, there, of course, is going to be the esports. And I want to do a huge shout out to Team DK. And I want to say to Cloud9, you got your work cut out for you, but good luck, Cloud9. I'm voting for you. But Team DK is going to give you a run for your money. Last night I watched one of the final battles that they had for Heroes of the Storm, and that's what's going to be going on. And it was freaking awesome. I mean, the game was going back and forth and back and forth, and Team DK won because both the teams had a lot of skill. Team DK had a whole. They were coming from behind. They won and slaughtered on the first game. The second game, they got their butts handed to them. The third game and the final game that they had, they got their stuff together. They moved really well. And Team DK, when people were going, people were like, "Oh my God, they're going to screw up again!" And then all of a sudden, Team DK is coming out of nowhere to win 5-on-5 battles, or there wasn't any 5-on-1 battles on their part. So today, what's going to be happening is Europe against Europe. It is going to be a rematch. I don't remember the name of the teams for the Europe teams, But again, it's going to be Europe against Europe, and they're going to be the first Heroes of the Storm semifinals going off. The winners of that battle is going to be facing the winner of Cloud9 and Team DK. That Cloud9 and DK is going to be the second, and it's going to be the United States team, the Dream Team, against the Korean team. So I can't wait to see this. And not a real big fan of esports. I think it's really cool. But what I saw last night, I can't wait to see it. So again, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you again for listening to this podcast. And with everything that is going out, I'm going to have to really start buckling down and doing a schedule on my streaming. There's just too much that is out there that I want to get more into. So between now and the end of the year and the beginning of the year, I've pretty much got a fire set underneath me. So look to my Twitch to see the new streams that are coming out and what my new schedule is going to be. Of course, I'm going to be doing a lot of World of Warcraft. Until the new expansion comes out, my World of Warcraft is going to be raiding or PvP. Diablo 3, of course, I'm going to be running seasonals and doing a lot of rift runs and things like that. Heroes of the Storm, I'm getting back into that because that's really fun. And I understand that I may have a running partner. I hope that's true because I'm ready to run with the Fabulous K. But anyway, I want to make this short and gloss over what happened on the first day. I'll be talking to you guys later on today or for day 2. We're going to be having a lot more information. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're at BlizzCon, have a great time. Be safe. If you're not and you're watching the virtual ticket, I hope you have a great time. Sit back and enjoy. And Emmy, hit the music, girl. We're out of here.